They're fierce, intelligent, and always up for a good fight. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 female lawyers in television.
Are you pleading the fifth because you were involved in Mr. Kimball's murder, or because
Your
of the
Honor,
leak
it is
of the...
not your place to ask my witness.
Yes, it is, Mrs. Florrick.
For this list, we're looking at fictional female lawyers and attorneys in television and characters in which their legal professions are the main focus of the shows in question.
After all the money we spent sending you to Princeton? Sandra, you owe us $79,648.22, and I want my money now.
However, we're excluding portrayals of real-life lawyers and those characters that happen to be lawyers but aren't important to the plot.
Oh my God, my water broke too! I'm in labor!
Number 10. Jessica Pearson, Suits.
You don't seem in a good mood.
I'm not.
We can talk about it later.
I walked all the way down here. We can talk about it now.
The TV series Suits follows Mike Ross, a brilliant lawyer who lacks nothing, except for any actual law credentials, that is.
You haven't even gone to any law school.
What if I told you that I consume knowledge like no one you've ever met and I've actually passed the bar?
However, it's Jessica who runs the show at what's now known as Pearson Spector, sometimes an antagonist, but mostly an ally. She is the firm's managing partner.
Jessica, no, you can't make me work with that man.
I can make you work with the goddamn window washers if I want to. And if you don't do this, you might find yourself dangling 50 stories above the ground.
Pearson leads the firm through its highs and lows with an iron fist, and when it comes down to it, she is very capable of getting her hands dirty and going to court herself.
You woke the dragon, Charles. How do you like me now?
Jessica Pearson is not afraid of competition, and she shows everyone who thinks a woman of color does not belong at the head of a top-tier law firm exactly how wrong they are.
You know how I know it's not gonna happen again? Pack up your shit.
Number 9. Sally Heep, Boston Legal.
Hey.
Yeah.
I was handling it.
I just thought I'd help out.
That's very nice, but again, I was handling it.
First seen as a love interest to Alan Shore, one of the main characters on the legal comedy drama, Sally Heep is also a great character of her own. And though Alan moves on to paralegal-turned-lawyer Tara Wilson following their breakup, there's no denying that Sally makes her mark.
Come on, it's hilarious. We're actually talking to a therapist because I pop out of bed too fast.
She may start off as a lesser element of the team, especially when compared to other characters like Shirley Schmidt, but after she's fired from the Boston offices, Heep evolves into a more confident and competent lawyer.
Sally? You look incredible.
I know.
Sally, it's her, androgyno woman.
How you doing, old man?
This is opposing counsel?
She is not afraid to use her assets to get what she wants either, as opposed to letting herself be used.
Where are you going now?
I'm in trial, Alan. I need to get back to the office.
Can't you just stay a little?
I'd love to. But no.
She ultimately goes beyond the weak archetype of being a token woman on television when her character goes through a metamorphosis from an insecure junior into a confident woman.
What if one of your employees believed, instead of the soul of an alien entering our bodies, it was the devil?
Number 8. Christine Sullivan, Night Court.
I've worked in legal aid for 3 years, and this is the first chance I've gotten to try my own cases, and I'm ready.
The legal situation comedy follows the eccentric workers of a Manhattan municipal court.
Are you all right?
Hangover.
Serves you right.
Promoted to series regular by the 3rd season, public defender Christine Sullivan offered the show more than a few laughs. She offered a great many laughs.
Your Honor, I would prefer that the court not think of me as a nervous woman who needs to be placated with compliments about the state of her wardrobe. I don't want to be treated any differently just because I have breasts.
We probably won't remember those who she defended over the years, but we'll always remember the banter between her and the lecherous prosecutor Dan Fielding.
Well, hello there.
You don't remember me, do you?
Of course I do. Mardi Gras, New Orleans, 76, French Quarter, snake dance.
Christine Sullivan, Legal Aid, Manhattan. I was here a year ago.
That was my second choice.
Meanwhile, her obsession with Princess Diana and her relationship with judge and magician Harold T. Harry Stone also helped cement her in our memories.
Your Honor, thank you for everything.
You are very welcome. Can I call you Peaches?
No.
I didn't think so.
Number 7. Rhonda Perlman, The Wire.
Officer Mace, ASA Perlman. You got a problem with the lawyer? Okay, put the asshole on.
The HBO American crime drama wouldn't be the same without its legal system liaison, Rhonda Perlman.
State versus Avon Randolph Barksdale, Your Honor. 1 count of possession with intent to distribute, to wit, 1 kilogram of heroin.
The assistant state's attorney acts as such for most of Lieutenant Cedric Daniels' investigations and retains the moral high ground throughout most of the show. She seeks justice while remaining an ambitious lawyer and playing the political game.
If you're looking for precedents, Your Honor, there aren't any. It's circumstantial PC at best.
What the hell, let's do it.
Though she sometimes strays from her principles, she always manages to find her way. Her struggles to achieve both justice and the advancement of her career are why her character has such an interesting plotline to follow.
How about this? How about the state's attorney for Baltimore City calls a press conference on the courthouse steps to declare that Bay Wireless is in league with the most violent drug traffickers in the city, preventing their apprehension and arrest by law enforcement.
Number 6, Ally McBeal. Ally McBeal.
I'm not sure how it all started.
Ally McBeal is known for its titular character's professional and personal struggles, throwing dancing babies and unisex toilets into the mix.
Richard, I'm in the bathroom.
Oh, well, unisex studies show it helps men and women employees breed familiarity, so long as they don't come in to just breed.
Ally McBeal is a highly unique character, as proven by her randomly bursting into dance and having hallucinations. But that's what makes her a cultural icon.
I can't stop this feeling deep inside of me.
Amid winning cases, she gets into catfights, she dates a character played by Bon Jovi, and she doesn't really care about what is socially acceptable.
Maybe you can, talk under it. Are you done? Mm-hmm. Good.
She's not as focused on her career as, let's say, Ling Wu, but she's still one of the most passionate lawyers on the show.
For this man to come in here parading his penis like he should qualify for handicap parking? How dare you subject this woman to this embarrassment? How dare you subject your kids to it? How dare you live? You giant ass.
Number 5, Sarah Mackenzie, JAG.
We have 33 minutes, Commander.
How do you do that?
I've got great timing.
JAG, the U.S. military acronym for Judge Advocate General, is a legal drama following judge advocates, in other words, lawyers in the Navy.
So the crossing the line ceremony was part of a larger pattern of sexual harassment and discrimination by Captain Boone designed to discredit you and have you removed from flight status?
First a major, then promoted to lieutenant colonel, Sarah Mackenzie had a rough start in life. As a child, she was abused by her father, which led her to become an alcoholic.
I don't get it, Father.
Sorry.
I can think of more productive things to do than try to save Joe Mackenzie's soul.
She joined the Marines after cleaning up her act, where they gave her the opportunity to study law. Mac's past allows her to see through the grayer areas of life, which differentiates her from the cliched, pure, and always right lawyers, and also lands her on our list.
Sir, I just think there's a time and place for self-examination, and, well, I'm not sure the combat zone is it. Too much contemplation can make you lose your edge.
Number 4, Annalise Keating, How to Get Away with Murder.
Your client has admitted that they've committed a crime. How is it possible to argue a not guilty defense? Why is that not considered perjury?
The main character of this legal drama mystery is Annalise Keating, a passionate and charismatic defense attorney and criminal law professor.
How dare you?
I humiliated myself in court for you, Father. You do not get to lie to me.
She has her own practice, for which she only recruits the best of her students every year, which makes these very coveted positions.
And because our workload has grown, I decided to hire one more of you. And that one will be Les Gibbons.
When it comes to her private life, the troubles she had trying to have children with her husband created friction between them and sparked infidelity on both ends.
This is what I get. This is what happens when you screw somebody else's husband.
But she still keeps a strong front and effectively hides her emotional trauma from most people. Despite being involved in, well, murder, she remains fierce and an inspiration to her students and law enthusiasts.
So the criminal in this courtroom is not my client, but the federal government for bringing these bogus charges against my client.
Number 3, Claire Kincaid, Law and Order.
So, Claire, how savage are we feeling today?
You're asking whether the state is going to ask for the death penalty? It's not my call.
It cannot be said that the popular police procedural and legal drama had a shortage of great female lawyers, like Assistant District Attorney Connie Rubirosa, but Claire Kincaid still stands out the most. The young assistant district attorney was unapologetically liberal, strongly anti-death penalty, and came out as a feminist, agnostic, and pro-choice.
I happen to find it a little intrusive. The government telling a woman she has to have surgery.
This is not a privacy issue.
Of course it's not. Constitutional issues are defined by men.
Even if she was portrayed as being a bit deluded with her profession, or maybe too idealistic when compared to other strongly ethical characters like Alexandra Cabot on the spin-off SVU, it was still good to see someone challenge the legal system. Despite going against the patriarchal dogma as seen so often in the practice of law, Kincaid was an exceptional and unforgettable ADA.
You think work and family are both entitlements of women?
It's a personal choice. You work, you have a kid.
Number 2. Patty Hewes, Damages.
If you were a man, I'd kick the living dog shit out of you.
If you were a man, I'd be worried.
While a legal thriller, the show often focuses on the relationship between Ellen, an ambitious young lawyer, and Patty Hewes, her boss, mentor, and sometimes mother figure.
While I'm gone, you're welcome to stay here. The guest room's all made up.
Patty Hewes is a ruthless lawyer, dedicated to taking down power-abusing bullies, but she could arguably be called a bully herself.
It was my own initiative. I thought we should follow.
Thought? Who told you to think? You are in this office to wait for instructions. You don't have license to think.
She has done some despicable things, some of them to the people closest to her, but she is still the best at what she does.
Why didn't Finn Garrity need a lawyer? Finn Garrity? I don't believe I know who that is. Well, mention that name to your boss. And whatever settlement figure he's authorized, tell him to triple it.
She's not always or even usually a good person, but she is a good lawyer. And isn't that the bottom line? At least for this list, it is.
You will break his heart. And when you do, I'll rip your face off.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Excuse me, Mr. Zeidel has no further comments. ADA Laurel Lance, take him to the van. Thank you.
Are you aware that a New York woman taking Zolpidem opened the door to a stranger and was raped? She didn't recall the attack until morning.
So we have a little presentation for you in our conference room, along with some snacks and a soy mocha latte with your name on it.
Oh, this one. She's a keeper.
Shall we?
Fierce's bodyguards make him very difficult to serve. Your specialty.
This has gone a long way toward me liking and trusting you.
Ernie, you really prosecuted the crap out of that one.
I went with the crap I had, Detective.
Oh, you think that was a Hummer bust, huh? You saying I queered that guy's tire?
I'd say res ipsa loquitur if I thought you knew what it meant.
Number 1. Alicia Florrick, The Good Wife.
So when an officer is referring to dropping something in the pit or pitting it, he refers to what?
When her husband gets caught up in a sex and corruption scandal, it falls to Alicia Florrick to support her family.
Grace's 12th birthday party. You said you had to leave early. Where did you go, Peter?
To keep things afloat, she goes back to practicing law, which is something she had not done for over 10 years. At her new firm, she is older than most of her coworkers and criticized for choosing to be a housewife over practicing law.
Mrs. Florrick?
Yes, Your Honor.
The wife of the esteemed Peter Florrick?
However, she manages to shut down her detractors by becoming one of the firm's best lawyers, while also managing to keep her family together.
You're sure that Clarence Wilcox is who you saw?
Yes, I'm sure. I'm sorry, but Clarence Wilcox did this. This isn't Clarence Wilcox.
She embodies the resilience and intelligence needed to be a good lawyer, no matter what sex you are, and that's what makes her character so compelling and our top pick.
Excuse me?
As long as you are attempting to circumvent her Fifth Amendment right, I will not shut up.
You will shut up or be held in contempt.
Then hold me in contempt, and I will refer this to the Judicial Conduct Committee for immediate action.
Do you agree with our list? Who do you think is the best female lawyer on TV?
If you don't hand it over, I'll have you thrown in jail for contempt.
For more incredible top 10s published daily, be sure to subscribe to MsMojo.
Your Honor, I move that my client be allowed to pay the damages and that all the charges against him be dismissed.